Yes. Did you catch anything? No, I mean, did you catch any of the video? He was dead. What? Oh, for fuck's sake! It is capturing the audio output. What the fuck is wrong with it? Holy fucking shit. Is it there now?
Yeah, it is now.
Plenty. Even more of the guilty, though. You're next.
I think not. You see, I've something to do still.
More murders.
Just one. Not counting yours.
Nah, he looks like a Frankenstein vampire, if anything I've ever seen.
I need to figure out what the fuck he is. Okay, he's a beast. But it doesn't say what he's weak against. Oh!
What?
It doesn't say what he's weak against. But it's clear he's a fucking vampire.
Okay. No! I was checking.
Won't let you kill again.
Yeah, I think this is a supposed to lose fight. Seeing as I'm doing next to no damage to him.
You might be able to beat him. I mean, you've done a fair bit to him as it is. Seems to be affected by that ward.
He is slowing him down. Yeah, it's a supposed to lose fight, seeing as a cutscene happened right as I lost nearly all my health.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend. Yes, Geralt.
Wait, are they all vampires?
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you,
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
Likely events
No
of Witcher
need,
1 and
Geralt.
2.
Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help from the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease in it later. Now, however,
I'm gonna look up Regis. Game was he in? Oh, he's a character from the books.
Ah, really?
that brought us both here.
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlaf. I fear he's become entangled. Landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlaf is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Detlaf is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it.
Yes.
Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlaf, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once, in the street, had offered Detlaf an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlaf found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlaf's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, and venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Detlef is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Look at how much health he left me with.
This is very little.
Extremely little.
Okay. Okay.
We must allow the Witcher to ply his trade.
Gosh darn, the quest levels in this place. First things first, let's go visit the place that I got. So since Witcher potions would be deadly to ordinary folk, if, say, Xavier took a Witcher's potion, what do you think would happen to him? Daniel?
Sorry, I was having a quick discussion with my dad. What was the question?
I was saying since the Witcher potions are deadly to normal folk, what do you think would happen to one of the hunters if they took it?
They would probably get very sick. Good night. Like, I'm
Welcome
being
home,
serious. They would probably be
Barnabas Basil
extremely
By
violently
order
sick.
of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibley family
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good... Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess.
The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colourful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great.
I get the feeling you're gonna find a secret inside of our house.
Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste.
Shame that. He gave up.
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and...
Mind giving me a little...
Not in the least. Follow me, please.
I'm just doing this because the quest is probably going to demand I do it.
Yeah,
Behold,
you can get
sir,
to
your
see a bit
estate
more of your
in all
place.
its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a...
Been a major
Wow,
domo all
what
your
a nice
life?
place.
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo,
That's
as was
all
my
one.
grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt.
A hard woman.
Amazing.
It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to Major Domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
Wow. Talk about skill if you can drag an entire family to do what she wants them to do.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a
So
full
you've got
staff.
people working
Their
for you.
salaries to be paid from the Duke.
I'm pretty sure Geralt doesn't
Nice
care.
of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays. Follow me, please.
I think
Follow
you
me,
would want
please.
to increase the capabilities of this place.
And lo and behold, I see better.
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
A knight's errant? They're so heroic. We had to summon a witcher to do their work.
Oh, so the olives. So you're not growing wine, you're growing olives.
Oh, hey, look, peacocks. Come here.
Snaps. My back
you're not allowed
aches
to kill 'em.
something horrid.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain
Dude,
of
you lose
Carfaner,
track of the place.
one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Wow, really?
Who steals little ones, grinds
He's got good taste.
bakes gingerbread biscuits out of it.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest
I get
attending
feeling
a
that
bonus
well's
ball
important.
for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was
Oh,
nearly empty.
Cobra's
when the
apparently
suicidal
telling me
guest
to check my-
finally jumped
My chat on Twitch.
instead of
Oh, he's just saying hello.
Oh, well that makes sense.
himself.
he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
A cook in Quebec wants so on in years.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
Even a horse drops if you ride it at a constant gallop.
Follow me, please. Follow me, please.
So yeah, I
Follow me,
would
please.
believe the well has a very big
Monsieur
importance.
Bolius, his wife Nina, kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Wow.
Bit neglected now.
Apparently, Cobra can't hear the in-game. Daniel, why didn't you tell me there's no sound?
I can hear the in-game. I can hear the in-game perfectly fine.
Maybe it's because
Yet
it's
nothing
quiet. Maybe
stands-
because compared to our voices, it's quiet.
Possibly.
The way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
So in other words, you get to plant some stuff in there.
Yeah.
Probably stuff you would need for witchering.
Madame Nina planted diminutive,
That's a good idea.
delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
A little thing in near the middle of his shirt, I thought that was a knife.
Hmm?
Hang on. I'll show you. I just need to do this. It is lagging out the wazoo because of the fact that I'm streaming.
Yeah, what you're looking at.
I am just going to... This. I thought that was the tail end of a scabbard.
I'm having a look. No, that's the belt.
I know, but I didn't see that at first. Also, it's precariously positioned to just be about right where his dick is, so...
That's how old medieval belts were worn.
Snark. Alright, anywho, I need to do this.
What, to stop the messages?
No. Assign a character point, Dan.
Wine and look like smuggling wine. It's enough to
Ah, so you're only allowed to have certain level of abilities.
This served
at a
as an
certain time.
additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work, and it'll make a fine stable
That's
for
pretty
Roach.
weird.
Prince is more a burden than that steel of yours. Yes?
Apparently this peasant wants to join us.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was
Man,
kept
okay.
here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which...
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Follow me, please. Follow me, please. Follow me, please. Follow me, please. Follow me, please.
Follow me, please. Follow me, please.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it...
You are
slightly
following
stained.
him.
No, that was
But
me
one cannot
spamming
deny
A.
A certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
Am I done yet? Jesus Christ.
Well, he's walking you through your home.
And welcome inside.
I mean, I'd be
On the
happy to
left
like
is
look
the
through
master
this place.
bedroom.
It looks nice.
On the right, the dining hall and kitchen.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some... With that, sir, you've seen the full... Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest...
Think I'll take you up on that. Mentioned them.
Almost
Got these spacious
So,
yes.
yeah, you want to run back?
The way I see things, given your trade...
My armor needs work from time to time. You know, oil this.
Admiral Rompali once
That
hired
would
a
be
specialist
useful.
who made the fine...
Good. Order me up a table like that.
Immediately, sir. I expect it will take at most 1 day.
Do you
to
have the
arrive.
money?
Yeah.
Will you be needing anything else, sir?
In my trade, my blades get dull pretty quick. Could use a grindstone. Professional
I'd
grade.
I'd get all
Of
the
course.
upgrades.
No one would consider that an unnecessary...
Then send out for one, please. A high-quality stone to be set up in the yard.
Of course. I shall send a runner to town at... Will you be needing anything?
Been thinking about the...
If I might dare to make... Not only did the residents positively sparkle
The
afterwards,
house probably.
but we also made room to display the Admiral...
It's in your hands then.
I shall get to work immediately. With highly skilled at what they do, it shall not take...
Oh, weapons?
Is there anything...
Know what?
I shall be glad.
Thanks.
The Admiral's weapons and armor.
Oh,
Alright.
sweet, a weapon rack. Hell yeah.
Well, you're not just gonna get a weapon rack. Apparently, from what it was describing,
No, they're
So,
talking
uh,
about where they displayed the weapon stand, not actual armor.
oh,
You dip.
hey, I'm not a dip. Rude. Besides that, if he mentions the Admiral's weapons and armor, that probably has some interest.
Fortunately, I can't hang any of the monsters' heads I have. Nor do
We
I
can
actually
play
have.
trophies.
Yeah, those are considered trophies by the game. Which also, I'm going to store all of this armor because I have no need for it in my inventory. It's taking up fucking space. Store that. Store that. Keep that in my inventory for now. Store that.
And you're storing the weapons you don't want.
Yeah, as you can see, there are quite a few.
You've got a lot of swords.
You go through them really quickly in this game, Dan. Look at the lowest level one I have. Required level 4. Let me take out these trophies and see if I can hang at any of them here. Nope, can't do it.
So you can't have a trophy.
Well, no, I don't have the proper trophies. Those are probably trophies from doing like horse racing, which I had no interest in doing. Tell me if people say anything in chat, by the way.
I've been playing this. I've been watching this full screen. Also, the only one is Cobra is. They're talking.
You were waiting for your bed to be replaced. You cannot use it now. So we're going to do meditation. Which I find kind of weird, because you can literally have Geralt sit there for 23 hours and do literally nothing but meditate.
Mm. Did that work?
The forest, my dear forest.
Bread adds a spring to your step. Wine adorns your head with thorns.
And you've got random people in your house.
Never ever trust a woman, remember that.
Need to meditate for a little bit longer.
Somewhere away from your house, I guess?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. It says, wait 3 days for your general purpose.
Yeah, and that gives me time to go out and do quests.
Your items have been enhanced.
Yeah, basically I have stronger weapons and stronger armor for temporary period.
Nice.
Only 15 minutes.
That's
but
it, Roach.
And there's Roach.
I forgot.
I need to lower the graphics back down because holy shit I'm chugging. And I can feel the heat from my PC. Video, graphics.
But yeah, if I had a choice, I would live in that kind of place.
Most of us would. I mean, if we had modern technology, that would be fucking perfect. There's a room I could set up for gaming. There's a room I could set up for sleeping. There's places to eat, and more importantly, I could be a witcher, just go out and kill things to get the money I need.
Yeah.
And I could just use Axie on anyone I wanted. Hey, you, give me food.
Wait, you'd give you? Oh yeah.
Hey, I'd do it. I ain't got no shame in that.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you use your powers to just get food?
Save us from the beast.
I would consider it a little rude, personally.
Here is the hero we can afford. Witcher, open the unbelievers.
But that's me.
Thank you, game. Now I can gallop.
Do what they summoned you to do, then pack up.
Like, I'll be honest, I like the idea of the Witcher stuff, but I wouldn't do half the stuff he does.
If they would just take to work as they take to dancing.
Can I just say I hate this horse sometimes?
Yeah, I think most people hate horses in games that are open world.
Slow now. Regis. Couldn't have picked some other place to meet.
What the fuck are those? Game, are you gonna let me do my fucking magic sign, or am I just going to sit? Okay. Like enemy that can spam ranged attacks. Yeah, that's totally fun. okay, and because I was just gently holding the thing towards the enemy where I thought he was gonna be. God damn, this game bothers me sometimes.
Are those like plant monsters or something?
Yes, Dan. What else could they be? What does it look like?
Well,
Are those plant monsters? He says to the person fighting against a giant fucking plant.
Okay.
God, no offense, Dan, but that sounds about as dumb as the questions the things in Dragon's Dogma would ask.
Well, I'm asking that because of the fact that it could easily be something that's posing as such. Like a shapeshifter. How the fuck would I know?
All I know is this thing needs to fucking die.
No cat. Sin. Sin. No kissing me.
God damn. Another one? Alright, what fucking enemy type is this?
Apparently don't like the
fire or the shotgun.
well, it's dead now.
God damn.
Also, the game labeled it as a cursed one.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
Regis!
Let's look at the bestiary to see why it's called a cursed one. So basically, it's a plant grown from areas.
Locked.
Fertilized
Boy, I
with
got
blood.
the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way
Yeah.
around here.
Oh boy. Time to go into a cave.
Kicking wars. Around here.
If you hear pathetic meowing in my mind, it is my cat. When he knows it's
Graphics are still up too high because I'm still getting fucking slowdown.
You'll have to excuse me for a second. I gotta deal with the cat.
revenge.
I'm back. What did I miss?
You missed me nearly dying.
That seems to be a common thing for you, though.
Well, I am on one of the harder difficulties. Like, one right below the hardest, so... Fuck off, game. Yes, I can fucking meditate. Why must you stop me from being able to?
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Detlef wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megoscope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
That was a bit weird.
It's Detlef's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
you just summon Dettlaff? You're both higher vampires. There's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
Sorry, I'm moving things around.
It's fine.
Give me a quick second. I'm going to take a small break.
What do you want, needy cat?
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kobinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy of Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kobinarius never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kobinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
I'm gonna have to stop the streaming because
Though
my,
I also hope resonance will
my
reveal
computer's
the
giving
location.
me a warning about getting close to overheating.